Well, hello everybody. Welcome back to the third video of our series, Losing to Gain. All right, in this series, I want to focus on what most would call the indicative mood in this verse. What is true? So let me write that question down. Sorry about that. What is true? All right, that is what we're trying to seek here. So the indicative mood tells us that Paul says that he gained, okay? Then it tells us that he counted everything as loss, right? And then it tells us that he suffered the loss of all things. I think that's pretty cool, right? He's telling us what is true. He is giving us his real life lived experience. So let me go back and circle my verbs in red again. So he gained, he had, he counted, he counts, and he has suffered. And then he gains, and then he counts, okay? So that's what happens here. So what I do want us to realize is that Paul isn't giving us a theory here. Paul, like I said earlier, he is giving us some real experience, and it reveals a truth. So what truth is Paul revealing here? Now, in the previous episodes, I talked about Paul having the status quo amongst the Jews, and, he had all this stuff that he can boast for. But what Paul is telling us here, the truth that's being revealed here, is that worldly gains fade, but knowing Christ is eternal. Let me say that again. Worldly gain fades, okay? But knowing Christ is eternal. It's forever. All right? So here's what I want you to ask yourself. What truth is God revealing to you about what you think is valuable? Let me say it again. What truth is God revealing to you about what you think is valuable? That's the question here. That is the indicative. So what truth is God revealing to me, excuse my handwriting, about what I think is valuable? Because in order to gain Christ, you have to count the things of this world as rubbish. So what's true? Worldly gains fade, knowing Christ is eternal. That's the truth. So that's all I got for this video. This was a short one, guys. Thank you for joining me on this one. God bless.